Hey guys, welcome back. You're here with Gabriel from Renegade Blasters, and today we're going to be checking out something pretty cool. It's Well's release of the M4, the M401. Now, first impressions, it's just another M4. Same, but different. And what I mean by that is, it is just another M4, but with some subtle differences. So far the JinMing brand M4 has been really leading the way with their, Gen 8 gearboxes have been very reliable and resilient, and have plenty of upgrade potential. A lot of guys really like that, and it's still doing very well. However, I think for the first time in quite a few months, they've got a little bit of competition on their hands. Well has done a great job on this. Internally and externally, a lot of nice little features and very tough and robust. But I guess time will tell. We'll see how they hold up and how they go. The Scar was a very highly anticipated release this year, very popular. Still boasting the same Gen 8 gearbox as the M4A1. But I think since then there hasn't been quite anything quite as long awaited as the Well M4. There is the Gen 9 coming out soon, the Gen 9 JinMing M4, and that's going to be very exciting as well. But for now we have this, and so we'll check it out and let you guys decide what you think. The receiver is a clear plastic. Not everyone is a fan. Some like it, some hate it, but it's definitely nice to be able to see everything kind of moving, going on inside. It is definitely thicker. It is definitely more solid than the JM M4. The handle has got some very nice lines and curves on it. It's it's a very clean mold and very detailed. Like, this is proper grippy, and it doesn't feel tacky at all. Nothing about this feels tacky, actually. It all feels like pretty good quality. I am not sure, but I'm not 100%, but I'm pretty sure this is nylon. Even this, it is just so solid. On the M4 that tends to break quite often, and that's very solid. The tip does come off, the muzzle does come off. This is also removable. It looks like metal from a distance, but it's actually plastic, and I'm pretty sure that's nylon as well. These are fully adjustable, can be adjusted, and that's adjustable also. You can line that up, and it's also got a couple there, so you can just perfectly line that up as you fire. I'm not sure how accurate it is just yet through that, but it's definitely a nice touch and adds to the realism. The stock is pretty sure nylon as well. It is definitely solid. It's weighted, got a really nice feel to it. Extendable, of course, and we just tested it. It is interchangeable with the stock butt of the M4 by JinMing. It's got this little cap here that opens up, and although there's not a great deal of space in there, you can put some items in there, maybe your Allen keys, as you want to unbolt some of your accessories. So it does come with safety glasses, gel ball bottle, your mag, which again is quite refined. The feel of it is not tacky at all. It's very light, but it's very smooth. It's the quality of it is just sensational for a mag. So we'll check that out in a bit. Of course, it's got your USB charger, and it comes standard with I'm pretty sure it's a 7.4. It doesn't have a label or anything on there, but we'll connect this up and we'll have a play with it and see how we go. I love the simplicity of it. I really do. It's the stock on this, for example, is so easy to put on and take off compared to the M4. So you could pretty much do it one-handed. And you can take it off and undo the battery with one hand as well. See, it's just brilliant. Definitely like that simple simplicity about it. Now I also have an 11-volt battery, and we'll run that through it as well, just to give you an idea of how it can perform with that. Now I usually prefer white gel balls. I don't know if you can see that, it seems pretty dark. I usually do prefer white gel balls, but I haven't had any made, so I'm using blue ones at the moment, which are still good. I mean, this will take them, no worries. It's also, forgot to mention, got a couple of hand guards that you can put on, and of course some instructions which are in Chinese, but you got pictures, so you'll be fine. And again, it's a very simple setup. You really can't go wrong with it. It doesn't have a primer, unfortunately, which is a little bit of a letdown. I mean, it's not a make or break thing, but it's definitely a nice feature to have, you know. I mean, even this, it's super solid. It's not adjustable, but it is super solid. You know, it's just in one spot there, but it is so tough. Everything about this is seriously tough. You've got another rail there, 20mm rail. You've got access to the motor on the bottom of the handle. I think they could have made that a bit better as a cap. They could have capped that off a bit nicer, but again, it's not really a big deal in the big scheme of things. Safe switch works, semi works, and full auto of course works. So it does all work, and it works quite well. You can hear it. I mean, when you fire this thing, it just feels solid. It feels like it could take so much more. It really does feel a step up in many ways from the M4A1, which we're all familiar with, or most of us are. It is definitely got a lot of weight to it, maybe a little bit, arse heavy. You kind of want it to be a bit more balanced, but it is still, weighted. Everything about this is a bit more solid. I mean, the case is thicker than the M4A1. The stock is more solid than the M4A1s. Another thing I forgot to mention is it's got an alloy barrel, which I'm not sure if you can see, plus it's black, but it's got an alloy barrel in there. And then it's got the inner alloy barrel, and it's got an outer alloy barrel. So it's a barrel cased in another barrel, and they do that to reduce vibration, so you can get better accuracy. And that's a pretty cool feature. They're really starting to step up their game now and consider those little things that do make a difference. So it does have an alloy barrel within another alloy barrel. That's pretty cool. I haven't been able to take this off. I don't want to force it too much, but I'm sure there is a way to take it off if you wanted to upgrade that as well. But we will test it out. We are here at our range. It's starting to get a little bit shadowy. Got our measuring wheel. We're at 15.5 meters, although we shouldn't have any problems with this. And we will have a crack. It is a bit windy today, I should mention. But we'll have a few shots and we'll see how it goes. Maybe I'll step out into the sun a little bit. I mean, they're making it without a problem. 15 meters, I mean, dead on target. I'll try semi-auto and have a few precise shots. I don't know if I can line this up. It's a bit Bit difficult. Yeah, so I can show you how it looks through there, but I can't actually. You won't see the bullet or the gel ball fly out. How about that? That might be a bit better. So it definitely shoots really, really well. It shoots on target most of the time. I have noticed with these that they can be a little bit, you know, the accuracy on them is not quite the best. It can be a little bit funny on accuracy, but they shoot really, really well. So it kind of makes up for that a little bit. Also, I forgot to mention that you can crack that open there and you can see, if I can just get that, you can see the plunger working away. It does shoot really, really nice. It's got a kick to it as well. When you fire it, it just gives you that little bit of a oomph kind of factor. You know, it's pretty cool. I do enjoy it. Tell you what, I do thoroughly enjoy it. And even the sound it makes, it just sounds solid. I just went through a clip there, and I mean, most of them were on point. It is a little bit windy, quite windy today. You can see trees and branches moving around me. So it does tend to pick up the gel balls a little bit. But, you know, it still shoots so well. I mean, this should easily get 25, 30 meters. I mean, perhaps with a little bit of a drop. But again, the accuracy is not great. I was playing around with one just yesterday, and only shooting about 10 meters, trying to actually shoot a specific target. And although it would shoot, it would kind of just veer off left and right, up and down, which, you know what, it was still fun. I didn't always hit the target on point. I tried, but you know what, it was still fun, and it's still a great bit of kit. You know, just the sound of it, if you can. You know, it just sounds so robust, like it could really take a beating. And that is basically just the standard setup. That's what you're going to get in the box. You know, that's how it's going to operate. But what I'm keen on, and what I always suggest, is going for an 11 volt, just because they will take it without an issue, and it'll just increase your rate of fire by, up to 50%. I should mention the battery that I've got in this has been fully charged as well, and the 11 volt battery that I'm about to put in here is also fully charged. Get that in there. Look at that, nice and easy. Done. Now, remember how it sounded and how it went before? Check this out. How cool is that? I don't know if you guys can see, you probably can't from through the camera, but it's actually destroying that target. It's putting holes in it, it's tearing it up, even from this distance. So how cool is that? I did want to bring along the M4 and just kind of give you a comparison. I've got one here. I'll just top up the mag first. Now, a lot of people still love the M4 because it's been out for a while and it's got massive upgrade parts available. The Well M4 has just been out, you know, it came out in early July 2018, a few weeks ago, and it doesn't really have those kind of parts available just yet. Although I'm sure there will be very soon, it doesn't have them just yet. So I'll try to clear some space here. I'm going to give you an idea of you know, the M4 and the M4A1, and just show you the difference between them. I'm sure a lot of you already know what they look like, but yeah, the M4 and the M4A1, they are almost the same size. Maybe just the barrel a little bit, ever so slightly bigger on the M401. So I mean, I think the stock definitely looks better on the Well M4. But I want to show you guys how they both fire with 11 volt batteries and how they compare to one another. I'll just top this up with some ammo as well. And neither of them have primers, so we're just kind of going to have to shoot until they start emitting balls. But see if I can kind of get right. See? This just sounds like it's got more compression behind every shot. This one was kind of, you know, half of them were making only half of the distance, whereas this one, although it was spraying them quite, you know, quite far apart, they were making the distance and coming out very consistently. Now, as usual, nothing is, we're not quite done until we check out the FPS. So we know the kind of power that they have. We know the M4 usually gets around the 250 mark, but we'll see what the Well M4 gets. Hopefully you guys can see that. Just wait for it to load up. There we go. 241, 240, 251. Now I have heard that they've done 250, 270, 270 plus right out of the box. So far I'm not seeing it. 250, pretty consistent. 252, 247, 255, that's the best we've seen so far. I must add that they're not always the same. So I could, test this one and pull another one out of the box and the very next one will be 20, 30 feet per second better. I'll try it with the full auto. 242, 237. So, not as well as I've heard. I mean, I've heard 270 right out of the box, and although I'm sure it probably would, this one's only doing 240, 250, sometimes less. So, I'll try a few more in semi-auto. So 235, 240, 250. I'm quite surprised. I expected a little bit more out of that. We'll try this M4. 215, 220. Low 200. So I would say it's probably down to the gel balls, because these things, I mean, I've never seen an M4 perform quite this badly. They usually do, 250 quite easily. Yeah, no, 148, that's just not right. Something's wrong with this. So yeah, not great, but I must say, I think it's probably down to the gel balls. I usually do use the white gel balls. They do compress a little bit harder, and because they compress harder, I mean, it's a firmer gel ball, so they do compress harder, and that allows more air to be built up behind them, giving them a bit more thrust. They go a bit further. Well, there you go, guys. The Well M4 and the M4A1. The M4A1 has definitely got its competition set, and we'll see in time what kind of cool upgrades and what kind of cool features will come out on the Well M4. But in saying that, the Gen 9 M4 is coming out very soon, so I just thought I'd leave you with that, give you an idea of what's out there at the moment. And yeah, let us know what you think. Leave your comments below. Remember to like, subscribe and share. Jump on our website. We do sell these and many more items on renegadeblasters.com.au. and remember to follow us on Facebook, Renegade Blasters on Facebook. Until next time, be good, stay happy, and catch you on the flip side. Gabriel from Renegade Blasters, signing out.